I'm 35M, been married to my wife Mia, 33F, for 7 years. We've had a good relationship, 2 kids, 5F and 3M, demanding careers, the usual ups and downs, but nothing major. Mia's best friend, Lena, 32F, has been a part of her life since college. They met in a dormitory room, bonded instantly over shared majors, and have been close as can be ever since. Lena's family to us. She's at our holidays, babysits the kids, and Mia calls her the sister she never had. Lena's single, had a bad breakup 2 years ago, and Mia's been her rock ever since. I've never had an issue with their friendship until recently. It started innocently enough, some 6 months ago. Lena began texting me more, not just group stuff, but personal texts. Things like, "Hi, saw this meme and thought of you," or "How's your day?" "Mia, said you're stressed at work." Innocent enough, but it didn't sit right because she'd follow it up with compliments. "You're such a good dad," "Mia's a lucky one," or "You always know how to make me laugh." Then it escalated. At a barbecue last month, Lena was making excuse after excuse to be near me, touching my arm while serving food, laughing too loudly at my jokes, even resting her head on my shoulder for a group photo. Mia was standing right there and didn't bat an eye, but I felt uncomfortable. A week later, Lena showed up uninvited at our house with dinner for the family when Mia was out, saying she wanted to help me unwind. She lingered on, touching my hand while talking, and made comments like, "If I had a man like you, I'd never let you go." I couldn't shake the sense that she was becoming attached. I sat Mia down over the weekend and explained it all to her, the texts, the touches, the comments. I said I felt like Lena might be developing feelings for me, and we needed to establish some boundaries. Perhaps Mia have talked with her. Mia laughed, said I was being ridiculous and imagining things because Lena's her best friend and would never cross that line. She dismissed it as Lena being a touchy-feely person and me misreading friendliness. They made a joke about me having an ego. When I pushed the point, she got annoyed, said I was making a mountain out of molehill, and that questioning Lena was the same as questioning her judgment. Now I'm questioning myself. Am I overreacting? Lena's been through hell, and maybe it's her way of being close to our family. But something in my gut tells me something's wrong, and Mia's dismissiveness hurts. We've argued about it twice since, and she's invited Lena over more to prove that's all right. Reddit, AITA for thinking my wife's best friend is falling for me. Or do I ignore it like Mia says I should? Update 1, thanks for commenting. It made me feel better knowing I wasn't insane for going with my gut. Many of you told me to keep track of things and approach Mia again with details, so that's what I've done. Quick update, as it escalated faster than I anticipated, and I'm seeking input on my next steps. Quick recap. I've noticed the behavior of Lena, Mia's best friend, shifting, personalized texts with compliments, touches that linger a bit too long in group settings, even stopping by our place solo with flirtatious vibes. I brought it up with Mia, and she dismissed me, telling me I was being paranoid as Lena's like a sister to her. After I posted, I showed Mia a record of Lena's messages. Nothing bad, but the pattern was there. Daily check-ins, heart emojis, phrases like, "You're my favorite person to talk to lately." I explained how it made me uncomfortable and asked if she'd noticed Lena's behavior around us at group hangouts, like the long hugs, or how she'd only ask about my day and not hers. Mia, I rolled first, saying it was classic Lena. She's flirtatious with everyone, but when I pressed the boundaries issue, she got defensive. She admitted that Lena had a crush on a guy like me in college, but said that was ancient history and I was being paranoid. To prove it, Mia invited Lena over for dinner 2 nights ago without saying anything to me. It was awkward from the start. Lena came with wine just for us and kept trying to steer conversations towards things Lena and I supposedly share in common, things Mia doesn't like hiking. Midway, Lena accidentally spilled sauce on my shirt and insisted on wiping it off, her hands lingering far too long. I shifted away and excused myself, but Mia just brushed it off as clumsy. I later addressed Mia in private, telling her this was what I had been warning about. She said I was being cold to her friend and making Lena feel unwanted. We argued, me telling her that her blindness to this could ruin our marriage, her telling me that I was jealous of their bond. She even went so far as to suggest I must be the one who had feelings for Lena, which left me speechless. The next morning, I received a text from Lena apologizing for the spill and hope I didn't make things weird. "You know I care about you a lot." I didn't respond, but I did let Mia read it. She once more wrote it off as harmless. I don't know what to do. Do I confront Lena directly, or is there a bigger issue here with Mia's denial? Has anyone else had a deal with a spouse refusing to see red flags like these? Update 2. Things took a turn for the worse fast, and I'm shocked. Your advice to set firm boundaries and perhaps create some space between Lena and me was timely, but it opened up more than I expected. Update soon because this backfired in ways I never could have imagined. After the odd texts, touches, and Mia's initial rejection. To recap the entire situation so far, Lena's behavior escalated from flirtatious texts and close physical contact to visiting me unannounced, leading me to believe she was interested in me. Mia brushed off my concerns, even after I showed her evidence. And things got worse when she invited Lena over to prove nothing was happening, leading to more awkwardness and fights between us. After the last update, I insisted on a serious talk with Mia. No interruptions, kids at a sitter. I laid it all out. The texts, the touches, how her dismissal made me feel dismissed in our marriage. Mia finally listened, said she might have downplayed it because Lena's been her lifeline in bad times. They both lost parents young, bonded over that loss. But she did call Lena and talk to her about backing off. Mia called Lena the next day when I was at work. Lena denied having feelings, Mia said, saying she was just being herself and that if I felt uncomfortable, it was my problem. But then Lena got upset, saying she'd been lonely since she broke up with her boyfriend and thought our family was perfect and wished she had what we have. Mia calmed her down, and they ended the call with Lena consenting to give space. That would have been it. But last night, Lena showed up at our doorstep uninvited, crying, saying she needed to talk to me. Mia was out with the kids, so I was alone. Lena admitted she was in love with me, had been for years, since college when she'd had a crush on me before I began dating Mia. She said that watching our life together had made her realize that I was the one that got away, and she couldn't keep it in anymore. She begged me not to tell Mia, saying that it would destroy their friendship, and even try to hug me. I shut it off immediately, made her leave, and said she'd crossed a line. She left crying, but not before saying Mia doesn't appreciate you like I would. I called Mia as soon as I could and told her what happened. Mia was stunned, then furious, at Lena, but at me too for letting her in. We argued again. She accused me of dramatizing to prove a point, but when I presented her with the doorbell cam footage of Lena's confession, she burst into tears. It so happens, Lena had confessed that old crush to Mia years back, but Mia thought it was over and never mentioned it to me because it was harmless. Now Mia is devastated, betrayed by her best friend, and our trust is tenuous. She's questioning why I didn't shut the door sooner, and I'm questioning why she hid Lena's history. Lena's been blowing up Mia's phone with apologies, but Mia's not picking up. We're heading to therapy to unravel this debacle. Did I mess up the confrontation? How we proceed from here? Update 3 finishing this off with a full resolution, as everything came to a head and concluded in a manner that now seems final dot. Thank you again for the insights. They pushed us into therapy and strong boundaries, which worked wonders. To summarize the whole ordeal, it began with Lena's not-so-subtle flirty texts and touches that led me to believe she was developing feelings for me. But Mia brushed it off as my imagination. It went on to include uncomfortable dinners, unsolicited visits, and Lena's blatant profession of love on our front porch, confessing to a long-standing college crush she'd shared with Mia years before. This shattered Mia's denial, created arguments about trust, and showed her how her grief bond with Lena blinded her to the warning signs. After Lena's confession and the subsequent arguments, Mia and I dove headfirst into couples therapy, 3 sessions a week to start. It was painful but eye-opening. The therapist helped Mia untangle how her attachment with Lena was founded upon a shared trauma of losing parents at a young age and how she had ignored red flags in order to protect that sister relationship. I took ownership of my resentment about being dismissed, and we worked through how her secrecy about Lena's former crush ruined her trust. Mia owned her share completely, apologizing without reservation, and I forgave her, recognizing she'd been in denial due to fear, not ill will. With Lena, Mia met her again in a neutral location to end it decisively. Lena admitted her feelings had turned obsessive after her own breakup, and she'd tried to win me indirectly. She apologized, but Mia made it clear the betrayal, keeping the crush secret and pursuing me behind her back, was something she couldn't forgive. They broke up for good. Mia blocked her everywhere, and Lena agreed to no contact, even moving to a different city for a fresh start. We heard through mutual friends she'd taken a job transfer. There were no more emails or surprise visits. It's been radio silence for months. Therapy ended after 8 weeks, and we're in a better place than before. Mia and I rebuilt our communication with a weekly status report, and we've grown closer, thankful this crisis forced us to address underlying weakness. The kids were never privy to the drama, and our home feels solid again. Mia's even made new friends by attending a grief support group, replacing the void without the toxicity. Looking back, I'm glad I followed my gut instinct. It saved our marriage from any more damage. No regret, no loose ends. We're moving forward stronger.